Oh, yeah. Everybody's been waiting. Unless you're just new to this channel and you don't know what the hell is going on. Subscribe. Show some class. Hit the notification button. Don't be an ass. Do it, you humps, because it's a lot of fun. Don't take a dump where you're not supposed to do. That's the new song that I've been working on. Do you like it? No? Okay. I don't blame you. It sucks. But you know what doesn't suck? This movie. This movie doesn't suck. The Thing. You've been telling me about it for years. For years. You've been saying, hey, man, you got to watch The Thing because you like John Carpenter and you haven't watched it. What's wrong with you? Because I love John Carpenter. They Live, Halloween, Big Trouble in Little China. Love it. Escape from New York, Escape from L.A., And it wasn't one of these things where I was like, well, I'm not going to see it. It doesn't seem like anything I ever want to see. It's just one of those movies that I never got around to seeing. Everybody has them. So it became like a bit for a while, you know. Are you going to see it? You can check it out. No. So back in last year, you guys got us to over 600 people on Twitch. And I said I'd watch it. And so I did. And then we did a full-on rewatch with me and Dorina. That full one, the long hour conversation, that's on Patreon. So if you want to go to Patreon, you can head on over there and watch the full hour. This is just the review, so I'll let you guys know that I saw it. It's fantastic, man. And for a movie that I think came out in 1982, it was a remake of the 50s version, you know, loosely, I think. And the idea of it is just really smart. And what I liked about it was that, yeah, it's a horror film for sure, but it's a science fiction movie, but it's not very traditional. It's not very predictable. And so if you didn't know him, for those people who've seen the movie before, you know, this is basically me as a person kind of seeing it for the first time. It has all the it's basically this alien life form has taken over. A form. We don't know. I don't know what the hell happened, how the hell happened. I guess I can do some spoilers here because a lot of people have seen it anyway. If you haven't, you should go see it. Sorry. So there was there's a dog and it's running through, and you just right away you figure something's going on. The movie's brutal. The Norwegians that are chasing this thing, they shoot him in the head, and they say, "What's this crazy lunatic doing?" And it turns out the guy was trying to kill the alien, but they don't know that. And then what happens? It starts infecting them and making them turn on them. You don't really know who's who, how's it going. The rules are set up, and what I loved about this movie is they get right into it. It's a 2-hour movie, but they get right into it. Normally a lot of these movies, they drag on, like, there's no alien, what are you talking about? They figure it out quick. There's an alien. We got to kill this thing. They don't figure out a lot of ways to do it, and they don't trust each other, and there's a lot of brutal stuff going on. And as I mentioned, the special effects for 1982 are great, the practical effects. When you watch it now, 40 some odd years later, or whatever the hell it is, or 40 years later, does it hold up? I mean, it's weird. It's still pretty awesome. Still pretty great. But yeah, they definitely look a little goofier, but not in a way where you detach from it. Because there's a lot of things that are happening, and so it's a bit gross in a good way. Kurt Russell's a movie star, man. He's just a movie star. He looks so much like his damn son too. But yeah, he's the main character, and you're going throughout the whole thing, following him. He's got to figure it out. And Keith David, who I love from They Live, and Wilford Brimley, and is a great 80s cast for sure. And I think that's one of the reasons that I wound up knowing that it was, because people were worried I thought it was going to be dated. And it wasn't dated for me because I'm an 80s movie junkie, you know, and they just don't. And I'm like my dad. They don't make them like that anymore, and they don't make movies like this anymore. And even the ending of this movie, and again, this is a spoiler for anybody who hasn't seen it, but the spoiler at the very end with him and Keith David just sitting out there, and they don't know, they don't trust each other, and they're gonna die because the fire is gonna go down, and they're gonna just freeze to death. But there's no way out for the alien. They shot other endings to it, to where the alien did get out and it was a dog and it ran away. But I like the fact that it's open ended. They saved the day, but they had to sacrifice themselves. And there's a scene, the scene that everybody I'm sure talks about, I would assume so, is the blood testing scene. It's the coolest scene in the whole movie, where they've been trying to figure out a way to figure it out. They just got to get to the blood samples. The blood samples were destroyed at one point, so then they finally do blood samples, and they're going through to find out, because you don't really know who it is. They said it's not predictable. It's not predictable. And the music's great. It's Ennio Morricone who does the music, and Carpenter, obviously, you can tell, worked with him, and from all his great Western themes and everything he's done in the past. But you can tell he's got such a great direction from John Carpenter, because it feels like a John Carpenter movie. So there's just so much. It's great. I loved it, and of course, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 5 schmoes. Absolutely, because I have to also look at it and go back and say, this is 1982, and you've seen movies like this, but you can definitely tell that this was like an original movie, and people have tried to copy certain things from it, the whodunits, the alien horror, the inside of it. And what they also, remember this movie didn't do very well when it came out in 1982. Did okay. It became a cult classic, and people found it through VHS and then DVD, then Blu-ray and digital now. But in 82, you're looking at coming off of Raiders of the Lost Ark, and Empire Strikes Back was 81, and then you got 82 was E.T. So E.T. alien movie, and then this alien movie, it's very similar to, and I think Blade Runner came out in 82 also. But then it's very similar to Alien and Star Wars. It's just it's just that difference, and you understand why people kind of found it, and it's great. You guys were absolutely right, and I never doubted anybody, for sure. But it's a movie I'll watch again, because it's just a very clever, fun. Fun with the whodunit side of it too. It's pretty dark, but it's just a fun revisit for an 80s movie. So I loved it. I absolutely loved it. You guys were right. And I probably will definitely watch it again. So how about you guys? What are your overall thoughts? Look at this. You see this movie? It's talking about a horror movie, right? Talking about a horror movie. Look at that. Look at that. Free swing, motherfucker. So what did you guys think? Tell me about it. What's your favorite parts of it? Who's your favorite parts of it? Who's your favorite character? McCready? Who else? I loved it. For more reviews on this channel, show a little way. Subscribe, hit the notification button, do all that. That's what we do over here. This is the thing. That's my review. I promised I would see it, and I did. There it is. Took a little long, but I got it. That's the review. And if you want to check out the full discussion with myself and Dorina, it's up on the SEN Live Patreon right now. The link is in the description. If you want to join Patreon, we have a lot of different things we got going on there. We're doing live shows finally. One live show. People have been asking about live shows. When are you going to do live show? We're going to do one live show a month on the Patreon. So join up there today. All right, guys. Thank you. And a reminder, Schmoedown season starts. It's starting up. Movie Trivia Schmoedown. It starts February 26th. Kevin Smets, Chandru Dandapani. First 2 announcements coming out. Sam Levine and Corey Andrew both putting announcements up on the channel as we lead up to that February 26th pay-per-view. So check it out. Don't miss it. This season is going to be easily the best. I fell out of the Schmoedown, during all the last couple of years. And watch it now. I'm telling you. It's the best it's ever been. It's gonna. I'll tell you this. Oh, it's Harloff again saying it's the best thing ever. This is gonna blow anything out of the water that we ever did on Collider, that we ever did at any live events. This is what we just came up with for season 9 of the Schmoedown. Easily the best of all time. And if not, I will be very surprised. You can come back on this video and you can say, I'm sorry, you were right. All right. I gotta get something to eat. That's the thing. I got to go.